the St. Anne Center, the Dismas St. Anne Center is really it's a rehabilitation program for men that have been in the prison system or penitentiary system, and they're doing this as part of their parole. They're going through a really intense rehabilitation program for substance abuse or for general criminal lifestyle. So, we partner with Dismas, and the residents do a lot of volunteer work with us, just really of their own volition, because they want to get more engaged with the community and do stuff. So this is one of the products of their labor. They are very, very passionate about keeping these gardens.
That's
and
awesome.
So we do it together. Steve Weiss is actually over there with a couple of people from 15,000 Farmers kind of showing them the garden. But yeah, I'll kind of walk you through it. Right now they've got a lot of fall crops planted. So this is either cabbage or broccoli. I think it's cabbage. And then they have some kale here. And then they've also, it looks like they've got either some cover crop down where they've taken out crops that were here from the summer. There's still a tiny bit of squash left over there, and then they've also got like marigolds, and in the other garden they planted a lot of zinnias to attract like beneficial insects. So
you guys
also do tracks animals sometimes.
Yeah, right. They don't like especially when things are mixed together.
Yeah.
So you guys don't use like pesticides or anything like that?
No, this is all completely, really, everything is no pesticide, no herbicide. Anything that they've used like to treatment, like we had some pepper plants that had some rust, and we used neem oil for that, which is a very natural product, and they use that to deter things. But yeah, mainly this is, everything like weeds are just done by hand, and it's just very natural.
So, do these gardens they provide for like the community, or do you use them for yourselves, or?
A lot of this stuff, Debbie Weiss is one of the volunteers that really works a lot with the guys in the garden, and one of the things that she's been doing lately is teaching them how to cook it. So she'll actually have classes with them and they'll go in the kitchen downstairs and they'll cook the stuff. And so sometimes there's about 70 residents here, don't quote me on that, but sometimes they'll prepare a meal for all of them with this, using the stuff, and then sometimes they'll take it and they'll freeze it and use it for later. But so it's kind of a dual purpose. They eat a lot of it. We use some of it for our 15th day events, and then we, it teaches the guys to cook as well.
So you promote organic farming and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, the word organic now has a lot of technical meaning in terms of being certified and things like that. So this is not like a certified organic gardening, but all the methods are what before the USDA, term the word organic. Yeah. All the methods that are used here are organic. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So the guys really like they're very, like I said, they're very passionate, in particular, about keeping this thing up. We can go look at the other garden if you guys like.
Sure.
A lot of flowers over there.
Yeah.
They're really pretty.
They planted the zinnias. One of the guys that's graduated, he graduated the program this summer, said that he'd never planted a flower before and wanted an opportunity to plant a flower. So they planted these zinnias, and they just turned out incredible. They're just really big. Yeah,
they're really pretty.
Radishes here. Radishes grow really quickly. I've never tried to grow them, but I've heard if you've never grown anything before, try radishes, because they like from start to finish in less than a month.
I love radishes.
Those I think are particularly good. Like you can roast them and watch your step there. But here, like they've done a lot of different types of vegetables in here. Like you can see, there's a remnant. There's one butternut squash left, but I bet they've pulled out 200 or 300 butternut squash.
Jeez.
Wow.
And they've done a lot of the tomatoes. The tomatoes are still coming on. You can see there's still hundreds of green tomatoes here, and there's still some kale, and they've harvested a whole lot of basil. That's what's kind of this. You can see there's one basil plant still there, but they've harvested a lot of that and frozen it so they can use it for later. But yeah, this has all been grown with organic methods.
So we were looking to volunteer. So what would the volunteers do, or
what do you want to do?
I just really want to help out with everything. Like it doesn't matter to us, but.
Well, I mean, one thing. I mean, usually our 15-day gatherings are quite a bit bigger, than this. Like, I think today was just a really nice day. It happens to fall on a Saturday. Sometimes, that's a really, really attractive thing, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's not. So, but that's okay. I mean, there was still great that everybody showed up that did.
And the times are different too.
Yeah, that's right.
Times are different on any other day. It's what, 7 to 9?
Right, 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yeah. So if you want to help out with 15th days, sometimes that's a good way to kind of start getting engaged with people, and so you can kind of figure out what all the other stuff. And we also do we do build nights where we do like build rain barrels and the cedar raised beds and things like that. But what we like to try to do is, 15th day would be a big help if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah.
So the 50th day, what does that consist of?
You want to tell them?
The 15th day?
Yeah.
Pretty much like what we have. We have somebody come and speak and talk on a topic. One time it was a beekeeper, and she
Yeah.
was wonderful. I mean, they're all wonderful. So
Carrie Van Winkle, right?
learning
Oh,
how
I've
to,
interviewed her
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
project I was doing.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
learning how to do your own garden in your backyard, which I have a garden in my backyard.
Yeah, I do too.
Susan has a garden.
Yeah.
So basically, we usually have a potluck and a topic in it, and then we get to talk to everybody afterwards.
Yeah,
and it's very
yeah.
fun. And the volunteer opportunities are inside the door where the coffee was.
Yeah, I think
So
I was not a
there's
thinker for that.
Yeah.
there's various things that you can do, but 15th day always needs help, always.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah.
we're available to help. We signed
Yeah.
up for the volunteer sheet thing by the
Fantastic.
coffee.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
Well, what I could do, or is email good for you guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
So what I could do is I could put your email on the email list, and usually I send it out like at least a week before the 15th day. I just kind of remind everybody that it's coming up. But then, there's several things that you can do. You can help with sign in, or help with, we didn't do a lot of food service today, but sometimes we have people help serving food. We have to set up and things like that, if you're interested in helping out.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
The food is fun. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, the food is.
But I was glad that I didn't today. It was like torture.
Do a lot of farmers usually come to these, like, just like regular farmers, not gardeners, but
Yeah, it's kind of a mix,
And plus, they bring in farmers to talk about, their expertise, their areas of expertise.
Yeah.
Especially in the spring. The spring is.
do you know when the next meeting for this is?
Yeah, it's November 15th.
Okay, so do you know who's speaking at that?
Well, I was just talking to some people in there. We hadn't actually got a speaker for this one, but what we're going to try to do is to try to do like season extensions. So if you have crops in the ground, like right now, how to do like hoop houses and things like that. And I think Ivor Tchaikovsky did that last time, and he may be available to do it again this time. There's another guy named Eric Garris from the Bernheim that we get in here too. So it'll be someone like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So.
Yeah, we'd love to come to that. And,
Okay, great. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, good.
And so the 15,000 farmers, that's just an organization that, like, what does it do?
Our mission is to teach 15,000 people to grow food in their front yards and backyards. And so we've got about 3,000 members now. And so that's what we're trying to, teach people to do. And we also, we empower it using simple methods. So we, try to bring products like raised beds, rain barrels, kick the bucket composters, which are just 5-gallon buckets. People can put their kitchen scraps in them. And
Did you get a product thing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
So explain
Right.
what that is.
So, but the idea is to teach people to make this fit into their lifestyle. So it's not, when you look at something like this, it's like, wow, I mean, there are probably 10 people working on this on a very regular basis. But there are raised beds examples over there. If you back up over here, you can see it through the tomatoes over there. But, can you see the raised bed over there? In a little 4-foot by 4-foot square, you can grow a lot.
Oh,
And so that's what we try to teach people is, okay, here's how you can start out growing food simply, and
Oh, yeah, I see it.
and
Might
so
be
that's
able
what we
to
do.
see 'em better on
Community, so people that have